We are finally in the month of July, and honestly, this month is absolutely stacked with movies. No matter what kind of films you're into, there's probably something releasing for you. We've got animation, horror, epic historical dramas, live-action remakes, and of course, one of the biggest superhero movies of the entire year. And I think the perfect place to start the month is with Minions and Monsters, which has already in the theaters. And people seem to be really enjoying this one. A lot of viewers are putting it right behind the first Despicable Me, and that's probably the biggest compliment you can give a movie in this franchise. But things get really interesting on July 10th because we have two absolutely big releases arriving on the exact same day, and they're complete opposites in terms of genre. On one hand, you've got Disney's live-action Moana, and on the other, you've got Evil Dead Burn. Starting with Mona, Catherine Lagaaya steps into the role of Mona while Dwayne Johnson returns as Maui. Disney clearly wants to keep as much of the original charm as possible, but the movie has definitely sparked a few conversations. One of the biggest talking points has been Maui himself and the amount of CGI work being used to make him resemble the animated version. It raises an interesting question. If you're going to push everything so close to the original design, what does the live-action format actually add? Still, at the end of the day, Mona is simply too big of a franchise. Now, on the complete opposite side of the spectrum, we've got Evil Dead Burn. Horror fans are seriously getting spoiled this year. We already had some fantastic horror releases, and now another Evil Dead movie is on the way. Back in 2023, when Evil Dead Rise was released, it proved that this franchise still had plenty left in the tank, and that's exactly why expectations are so high for this one. Sebastian Vanacek is directing and co-writing the project, and from the trailers alone, this thing looks creepy as hell. The atmosphere feels unsettling, the visuals are disturbing, and it looks like they're fully embracing the body horror side of things. If you've seen some of the recent horror projects coming out lately, especially Lee Cronin's The Mummy, then you probably know the kind of nightmare fuel we're talking about here. Then we move to July 17th, and this is where things get really interesting, because Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey is finally hitting theaters. And look, regardless of all the conversations happening online, this is still one of my most anticipated movies of the entire year. One thing I definitely didn't expect was the armor becoming such a huge talking point. I thought people would spend most of their time discussing Nolan taking on Greek mythology, but instead, everybody seems to be analyzing helmets, costumes, and casting choices frame by frame. At the end of the day, it's Christopher Nolan tackling one of the greatest stories ever told. And when you have names like Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway, Robert Pattinson, and Lupita Nyong'o all in the same movie, it's hard not to be excited about what Nolan is putting together here. Whether every creative decision works or not, I still think people are going to show up in massive numbers. Nolan has built a level of trust with audiences where his name alone can sell a movie. And honestly, if Christopher Nolan is directing something, I'm probably buying a ticket. And then we finally arrive at the last big release of the month. For a lot of people, this is the movie they've been waiting for all year. Maybe Avengers Doomsday still holds the top spot, but Spider-Man Brand New Day is definitely right there beside it. What makes this one special is that we've never had a fourth movie in a live-action Spider-Man franchise before. But more importantly, Peter Parker is in a completely different place now. After No Way Home, he lost everything. Nobody remembers him. The Stark technology is gone. The fancy suits are gone. It's just Peter Parker trying to rebuild his life on his own, and that's a version of the character I've wanted to see for a very long time. And this movie isn't exactly keeping things small either. We've got the Punisher, Hulk, Tombstone, Scorpion, Boomerang, Tarantula, The Hand, and Ramrod. Sadie Sink is playing a mutant, which is most likely going to be Jean Grey. There could also be cameos from Daredevil and Yelena, and yes, of course, Ned and MJ are coming back too. And recently, there were some reshoots happening for the movie, which could possibly be leading into Doomsday. What a month this is for Tom Holland. The guy is leading Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey and returning as Spider-Man in the very same month. That's a pretty incredible run, and it's nice to see him taking on projects that couldn't be more different from each other. So yeah, if you ask me, July is absolutely stacked. Whether you're into animation, horror, historical epics, or superhero films, there's genuinely something for everyone this month. And as movie fans, we really can't complain. So, out of all these releases, which one are you looking forward to the most? Drop your picks in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to